Sister, sister, sister. Let's talk about it. Sister, sister, sister. Let's talk about life with us. Sister.
Hey siblings, welcome back to another episode of the Sister Podcast. I'm your sister Tiara.
And I'm Nene.
And together we are
Sister and Sister.
As y'all can see from the title of this video, we are going to be talking about how in reality we are all the problem. Like, it's so crazy because not even just our generation, but just our moms and so on and so forth before them, like
our parents to our grandparents.
Literally, we normalize so much that it should not be normalized. Like, it's just a whole bunch of chaos and just dysfunction with
and patterns that stem from those generations, and it's still showing up today, but it's getting way worse.
Yes, and I really think it's because of the internet. It's so
it's
such a platform. I feel like our parents and grandparents,
this next generation,
it's gonna be crazy.
I don't know. I can't even imagine.
At that point, God is gonna call everybody home. At that point, the rapture gonna be done happen by then, like
something.
Because the way that our generation is
getting worse, and worse.
Yeah, it really is. But I think that our generation just thrives off of dysfunction and think it's like cute and funny, and it's like literally not. Like,
it's so normal. Like no.
And it should not be normalized. Like, that's not how we should be living our life. Like, that should not be okay. And I feel like we are all like unintentional, like to the point where we lack consideration, we lack compassion, and we kind of lack, like, I don't know how to explain, like we lose like our morals, or we just lose like
because the foundation is like, it's not there. It's nothing there. It's nothing to build off of. So everything you do ain't gonna make sense. Like you say, it's unintentional. So you're just walking out here aimlessly in life with no real direction, like letting your emotions and your mood or whatever identify you and give you your directions and to guide you ultimately.
Yeah.
And your emotions, especially the younger you are, the more unstable they are. So it's like, what are we really talking about?
And I feel like we definitely have a lot of crash outs in our generation. Like,
the YN, man, check them. Check them, man.
No, for real. Security, check them, please. Like,
their bag,
please. Because it's just like a lot of people wake up, like they hop about the bed and just
they jump up the porch.
Okay, like you just wake up with like murder on your mind. Like, that's not how that should work. Like, you just wake up not being intentional. Like, whatever happens,
no care for yourself or others whatsoever.
Like, oh my goodness. But I think a lot of it is just like, okay, for instance, I feel like our generation have it bad when it comes to lust, to the point where it's like,
because they unintentional, they don't care,
just unintentional, to the point where they just sleeping with any and everybody just because somebody look cute.
It's like, girl, he was cute, so girl, like, no,
I get it, like,
I get it,
but
like, are we okay? Is anybody worried about their health?
It's
like,
a fact. No, is anybody worried about their
health?
Are you okay?
You okay? You cool?
Are you okay?
You trim, like,
no,
you really
but
tripping.
It's to the point where it's just like out of control. It's like, anyways,
God gonna
I just feel like to the point where everybody is just, you see something fine walking and you just, you want that, and you just,
I need that. Yeah. Like, what? You need to sit down,
please.
Now.
No.
Yeah, we ain't gonna
murder.
Going through it. Man, when I'm loading up that K around, like, y'all need to sit down.
Please.
Sit down, like, for real.
And I just feel like it's to the point where, like, females, I can't really speak for males, but I can really kind of speak on what I see. But for females, I feel like, how can we expect for guys to respect us if we not
giving them nothing to respect?
Yeah, we need, for one, boundaries. And
values, core values.
Yeah, because like we just walk around here and a guy is only going to do what you allow. And that's not just a guy, but like as far as like a female as well, like people are only going to do what you allow. So it's just like the fact that we just sitting up here and we settling, he just catcalled me, that's cute, and now he got me on my back 45 minutes after I just seen him at this event. You got his number, and that, like, That's not how that should work. Like,
and there's no longevity in that. Like, it's no way. That's go back to unintentional. Y'all don't think. It's no way if you really sat down. Now, some of y'all be like, "Girl, we young, we wild, we free. Okay, cool, cute. It ain't cool or cute, but cool, whatever. That's different." But people out here who be like, who try to make excuses for stuff. No, either you gonna be young, wild, and free, or you gonna be sit down and locked in. Like, you can't be. That don't make sense. Like,
that go back to
the way you show up for yourself, like how you say, like you not teach for a certain extent, but like you show people how to handle you. You coming out here wild and all outside,
and that's how they're going to treat you accordingly. They're going to treat you how they met you. You came out like that, so you can't get mad. And especially when you try to like get your life together,
you expecting something that you can't even give. How you gonna receive something that you don't even give out? That don't even make sense.
And then when people do a 360 in life, which is a good thing, but you can't get mad at the people that for friends, relationships. You can't get mad at those people who aren't adapting to your change because they're used to the person that you were.
Like as a person, as a human being, like you do deserve respect. So I ain't saying like, if you show up a certain type of way and whatever happened, that's your fault. Cause no, that's not. Cause they should, But at the end of the day, like I don't never leave it up to nobody to like it's so in the air they can't even think of how to like come at me. Like I could be the most poised, put together, and if somebody want to dog me out or whatever like that, I'm saying ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody, because if I do this, like I'm gonna be good in life. No, anything can happen to anybody. But let's not negate the fact that like what you put out, you get at the end of the day. You show up a certain type of way, you gonna get a certain type of reaction, even in like a workplace or something. You show up a little more calm, cool, collected, and presentable. That's first impression. We all, come on, y'all. Like, cause and effect. At the end of the day. Like, because some of y'all don't want to take something wrong with it. Oh, them the type that beat. No. Calm down. So you must want them wild types, but you want somebody to put a ring on it. Like, girl, would you want to marry a wild man? No. So you can't get mad at nobody if they don't want to marry a wild woman.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like how can I put it? I just feel like our like you said, like how can you expect for somebody to want to put a ring on it if you're not giving wife material, you're not giving husband material, like, and you can't get mad at those people because of what you are giving them. Like, now if you change your life around, good for you. Like, you change your life around
and nobody want to get in with it, then
okay, exactly, because that's a different season. Everybody can change. Like, people can change what served you last season. The people that you had with you last season, they're not meant to come with you obviously this season, and maybe they are, it's just not their time. They don't have that same revelation that you have, and that's cool. Just leave them where they at. But I just feel like our generation, and I don't know, it be the female, sister to sister. I'm talking to my sisters. Ladies, please, we got to do better with respecting ourselves. And I'm not bashing nobody who, because some people think it's easier said than done. Some people didn't have role models. Like, some people didn't have their dads in their lives. They have daddy issues. They didn't have their mom, and they whatever, or was abused, or whatever the case may be for,
whatever your background may be. That may be a plethora of things.
Exactly.
Everybody got a story.
You to lack self-respect. But please, we got to do better.
Because the thing is, like, everybody got a story. If somebody can, everybody got a story at the end of the day. But it's never your fault, but it is your responsibility. You get to a certain age, like, that did happen. I'm not trying to invalidate or, diminish what happened to you, because it could be something really, really serious to whatever degree. And that is fact. That happened. I ain't trying to invalidate or undermine, what happened. Your experience. But it gets to a certain extent where it's like, am I going to keep letting this rehearse in my life to let it keep holding me back,
keep damaging me,
or am I going to use this, work against it to work for the betterment of myself? I can't keep using that as an excuse, because it did happen. It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility to work against that and to work at being a better person. You can't keep saying, "Oh, because I did this because of that. I did this because of that."
My daddy did this to me.
Yeah, like the little parable.
It's unfortunate.
Like the little parable that happens. You know how they say, like, for example, like, two kids can grow up with a drunk parent. One grew up don't drink, one grew up a drunk, and then they both for their reasons, like, oh, why you didn't drink, or why you do drunk? Oh, cause my parent drunk. Like, it can go either side of the coin. Like, you gotta just want better for yourself. Either use that reason to push you for better, or you can use it to hold you back.
Literally,
it's really a choice. You have free will to choose which route you want to take, and it's really up to you. And you have to be an adult and mature enough to realize that, like, it's your choice. Everybody, some people get dealt some not, excuse my language, some shitty cards.
Yeah.
They really do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you gonna have, you just gotta, you gotta, I know
sometimes it hurts. It hurts. And even think about the moments how you feel like when you just let somebody just do whatever to you, like without even thinking like, oh, like I know you got to sit with yourself at night and think like, dang, like, and even if you don't, hey, I mean, you probably got real thick, tough skin, but like for those who really still at the end of the day, like I feel like we're trying to fill a void.
Yeah.
That only God can fill.
And that's the thing.
And I just feel like, imagine the hurt. Okay, you're already hurt from what caused you to want to be out here being promiscuous or whatever the case may be, boy or girl, don't matter. But think about how that makes you feel. Like everybody want to be loved at the end of the day. Everybody wants to feel important. Everybody wants to feel like they mean something.
And worthy and valued.
Exactly. They want to feel worthy and valued. So take into account how that makes you feel after you done committed some type of act or whatever it is. Think about how because that be the worst when you got to sit with your thoughts and it's just
that regret. I don't like no regret. I don't play with no regret.
That be the worst when you got to sit with your own thoughts and be like, what did I just do? Like, what did I literally just do? And think about that, like how that makes you feel. Like that's that conviction, not condemnation, but conviction. But think about how that makes you feel. Like you have to, like me personally, like if something makes me feel like that, it's like,
I gotta figure this out.
Please, like it's hurting me to continue to hurt myself. I'm hurting myself and it hurts. So think about that outside of like what caused you, like I said, what caused you to be like that. But think about that. I feel like that hurts just as bad as what happened to you. Like sitting there thinking about the regret, the thought of how you just letting yourself, like think about that. Like think of yourself as something far more precious than just being somebody just
ragdoll.
Yeah, like you are worth way more than that. Like
and what it is, like I even saw people like online say that all the time. Like a lot of people, they can't sit with their thoughts by themselves, and I understand because some people thoughts.
And a lot of times, it get real deep.
Yeah, it get real emotional. I understand like the weight that can have and how conflicting that can be, but it's just like you gotta get tired of being tired.
Yeah,
because it ain't gonna go nowhere. I feel like definitely this generation, like we're not loyal to commitment.
That
we don't want to endure for nothing. What the Bible say, long suffer. We don't want to suffer for nothing, and I don't want to suffer neither.
Yeah,
but some stuff you have to work at it. Like even like relationships, friendships, like co-worker, you have to work at anything that you want with some good substance to it that's gonna last long. It's gonna take some work in that. It's not gonna just wake up and be sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows every day. Like we so used to quit fast. Oh, I ain't blow up. I ain't gonna do it no more. Oh, I ain't good at it. Cancel that. Like no, we don't have the willing to endure for nothing. And I feel like that's what goes into like even loving ourselves. We're not committed to the journey of loving ourselves. Like it might be a little, especially some people.
That's why we just loosely give ourselves.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, it's whatever. Yeah. Like it's so much dysfunction that's because of that, and it bounce back to that, and that's tied into that. Like you literally have to lock in. Like our foundation is we're not rooted in the right stuff at all, and that's what just causing each pattern, each aspect, each road to just keep messing up.
It's like a revolving door. It's a continuous cycle. And me personally, I don't want the same story that my mom and them had back then. Like there's literally so many people at our age that literally has the same type of story that my mama done told us. Oh, I remember back then when your daddy, I caught him. I don't want that story for my kids. I don't want to be able to tell them how I had to run their daddy down because I seen him with such and so. I don't want that. Like, why are we living the same lives as our parents? I don't want that for myself, and I don't want that for my kids. Like, that is not cute at all. Like, there's so many people that we know, like, that are literally going through things that it's just like, you too young.
You too. I don't want nobody.
I don't want nobody
around me drinking no Budweiser
at all. Like, what is going on? Like, I do not want that story for my kids. Like,
all right, be better than me. Do better than me.
And then not even that. Forget the kid part. Like, or even just remember that, but just put that to the side. What about the now? Like, why
the
are we taking ourselves through that? And then it's like, at the end of the day, okay, you going through it with your baby daddy, or just even if he ain't your baby daddy, you going through it with your boyfriend or something like that. Like, and then y'all going through all that toxicness, you popping up to his job or wherever he at.
Just for you to forgive him and do it all over again. Like, hey,
are we okay?
I didn't hear that. Like,
are we okay?
making the same mistake twice. Not saying but they keep making a big mistake back to back.
And then we also got to draw the line to where it's like that is hurting you to the point where it could be physically or it can cost you your freedom. You finna go to jail behind a man that don't give 2 FUCKs if you're breathing or not, and you keep running behind him, and you finna catch yourself you finna catch a charge, you finna be in jail, or just in general, like you're stressing yourself out. That's not healthy. That is literally not healthy. Then it's not worth it. And then the thing is, we gotta want more for ourselves, because if we did, we would not stay in a lot of situations. And a lot of the situations are, hey, some people are in situations that get way deep. It's not easy, and we're not saying that. But if you really, like you said, you tired of being tired, you're gonna plot out an escape plan.
Yeah. Because you have to love yourself more to want it for yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, once you really, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, lately, I always rock with myself, but I'm rocking the boat like a Leah. Like, I'm like, yeah, like, I'm really that girl. Like, what's really tea? Like, what's really tea? And it's all that man upstairs, like, it's all glory to God. Like, when you really find your true self, your true worth, and your identity in Christ, it's like, I can't, not saying I'm better than nobody, but certain situations and positions and places, I'm better than that. I can't even, because at this point, I'm disrespecting myself and I'm disrespecting God.
What would I say? Certain ain't like me no more.
It ain't like me no.
It don't excite me no more.
Like, what we talking about, like, man.
When you grow from something and when you choose a better route, in a better way, when you look back on the things that you used to do, it's like you don't even have a thirst for it, a hunger for it. Like, you look at it like how Christ does. He look at it like it's disgusting, it's revolting. The sin that you was living in, you start to hate it just as much as God hated. Like, you just,
and he hates sin because it unmakes us.
Yeah,
like it breaks us down so bad to us. Like, this you're not even supposed to be built up like this to operate like this. You operate so dysfunctional because you built off something I didn't even tell you to be built off of.
I told you not to touch that, but you still touched it. So now you done got burnt. Now you're over here crying.
And I keep giving you grace. I keep giving you grace, but you keep taking advantage of the grace. You keep disrespecting the grace.
But then it's like, I also want to have compassion for some people who don't really understand or even have a relationship with God. Like, no matter how deep you are in with your journey, because there's some people who genuinely just don't have that revelation. But my heart goes out to those people, and I would pray that you find God, because when you do, it's just, your life will never be the same. And if you knew who he was, you know who you were in him, and I feel like you just will operate and move different in life.
Even the smallest little thing, and when it get the big, like, the more you let him work on you, and the bigger it gets, like, whoa, your whole life changed. But even in the smallest sense, like, even if you only let him change you a little bit, you still ain't gonna never walk the same as before. It's up to you to let him keep molding you and shaping you, though.
And real quick, this is not off topic, because nothing is ever off topic with God, but don't ever feel like you got to have it all together when you're trying to build a relationship with God. I don't care what you do. You could be a murderer.
That's the whole point. He calls the broken and the unqualified.
Exactly. You could be a murderer right now. You could be whatever you think is the biggest sin. No sin is greater than the other. So but whatever, I don't care what you're doing in life right now. I literally don't care what you're doing. Don't ever think that what you're doing can keep you far away from God, and you feel like you gotta have it all together just to come to him. No, don't be like, oh, when I turn, no, do it now. Like, start baby steps. You don't got to be super holified and glorified. Like, come as you are. And I feel like a lot of people get that confused, and they think that you got to have together. Just start little. Just start speaking to him in general. Just start praying out loud. Then eventually your soul is going to thirst for more and want to know more. Like, start with something little. Like I said, just praying out loud. But back to this conversation. But just, we as a whole, a generation, we got to do better, because I feel like it's a repetitive thing. Like, we only know what we were taught, just like our parents. So we can't get mad at our parents, because look how they were brought up, and especially back then, because especially in the Black community too. But I just feel like we got to be better role models, whether if we have kids or not. Think about these kids that are on social media who are growing up, seeing these things. Like, we need to do better.
Or y'all might be watching it. You might have siblings that's younger than you, or family members that's young. Like, you don't. Somebody, like, people are noticing you. You're spewing off of people around you every day. Whether it's a coworker, it could be a friend, it could be anybody. Like, you're showing up in their lives as some sort of example.
Yeah.
And even me, like, I became more aware of that.
Negative,
yeah, I became more aware of that. And it's like, it made me be a little more intentional. It's kind of like, it's a certain responsibility that nobody ever asked for. But it's like, when you're aware of that, that's where you at. You need to start taking that seriously.
Yeah.
And have more respect for the role that you show up in other people's lives. Like, I understand, like, well, because sometimes I feel like that, well, I always got to be the bigger, the better, but it's like, at the end of the day, that's the right thing to do. Because sometimes like the things that are right ain't gonna always feel right.
Yeah.
But it's right. So it's like, just still do it at the end of the day. Because like, that's your character, that's development. Like, that's you. You're building on yourself. Like, do it for you. Don't do it because of like, oh, well, nobody ever did it for me. And be the change of other people's life, that the people that wasn't a change for you.
Because if not, it's gonna be a revolving door. Like I said, there's so many people that we know that have stories already like their parents. Like, there's no way. Like, we're too young to be going through what we're going through. Like, and that's just shows you. Like, look at their role models. Look at their parents. And it's sad because it's just like, they're used to dysfunction. They're used to toxicness. Like, we should not thrive off of that. And then another thing we should touch on is just like how our generation lacks compassion and consideration.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a lot of people in our generation who think a lot of things are funny. Like, when it comes to like certain things, like, we lack compassion.
We so desensitized.
Yeah.
The internet has truly desensitized this whole generation by far.
Yeah. To the point where people are literally making fun of people or just thinking things that, like, for instance, like, we all know we be on TikTok. I love me some TikTok. But like, them comments on people's videos, like, people are so like, they be saying the most wildest things. Like, and it's so unprovoked. Somebody could just be sitting up there talking about Jesus. Oh, if that Jesus of yours, what
are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Or somebody could be doing their makeup and it be like, girl, you ugly. Like, it could be like, what is...
Or it could be something like,
and I don't care if
we all might low key know, like, dang.
Yeah, but
why would you say that
out? I truly dislike people like
especially
that.
If it's something serious, like somebody could have, like, say they have their face be burned. Obviously, they're burned.
Oh my gosh, you got a burn on your face. No, duh.
Or they'll be like, oh, milk to that. Like, they'll say, like, why would you say, like, why would you? And these people, and that's that consideration. They unintentional. They don't think. You don't know how much confidence it took that person to get up to do that.
Yeah,
because they know the world we live in, but they still took that extra step to be like, and here you come.
And they probably woke up feeling good about themselves, and that one comment just turned their whole day around. And I know personally how that feels. You could be feeling up one day, and the next thing you know, somebody come out the woodwork,
pull the rug right from under you,
and be like, dang, like, that hurt. And like, wow, like, why did you care that much to point out something about me that you don't like? I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry that my life offended you. I'm sorry.
No, literally.
But I just feel like we got to do better with that as well. And I really feel like a lot of times on the internet, it be kids that be really doing that. But you got some grown adults too that just be ain't got nothing going.
It's a little bit of everybody.
Yeah,
a little bit of everybody,
like
every generation.
Time in your day to put a comment on, especially like these famous people. Y'all take y'all time to be sitting there writing novels. You got that much time in your day that you gonna sit up.
Even but that homework ain't done. But you didn't went to that gym.
Fed.
Hello, them kids' hair not done. That Bible study ain't done. That bath ain't been taken, grown or adolescent. Okay. What are we doing? What are we priorities? No
I ain't got nothing to say.
I don't know who to slap.
No, literally.
Like,
and we're saying we, because everything is connected and we all are responsible. Even though that may not be our struggle or what we going through, but we
know how we have like a spider web.
Because we consider everybody, you know, and I feel like we have compassion, and we look at a lot of stuff, we be shaking our heads. Like, y'all don't want to know the conversation we be having. We be shaking
I'm praying to God by judgment, because I'd be like, God, let me hush.
It's you know, it's normal to feel that way, but it's like I be trying not to judge. I be like, wow. I just shake my head and
now,
it's
what's
like,
going on? Yeah. God, you come back?
But then that's when I go back to you don't know what that person been through. And I feel like if we all thought that before we sat down,
and I know we all got dysfunctional ways too, because I ain't got it all.
And if we thought to think that way, everybody, the world would be more. Well, really, it would be more of a peaceful world that we live in. Because I feel like if we had compassion, like rather than like she just said, it could be somebody on live, they're a burn victim or something like that, and somebody, you know, make a comment about their burn mark. If you had compassion
and consideration,
you'd be like, dang, like it's obvious something happened to that person. I don't know exactly what. Let me mind my business. Let me not type that. The world would be a better place. It wouldn't probably be great.
We ain't know if it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah. It wouldn't be.
We flawed.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, we can clean it up a little bit.
Some, please, y'all. We got to work on it.
And just really what I'm thinking about too, just like about commitment, how I was talking about like commitment and enduring and stuff. Like, I just feel like, I don't know about you, but like my timeline has just been nothing about, oh, love. Everybody want a relationship. Everybody want a relationship. Everybody want to be married. And I ain't saying, hey.
Please.
Hey, I just wasn't that person. But it's like, a lot of times I feel like we be asking God, ultimately. We be asking God for this increase. Oh, like I want this, I want that. But you don't even have, you're not even prepared. And you haven't even prepared your character to even withhold that blessing. Like, you get that blessing, but you don't have the character to sustain it and to steward it well, it's going to feel like a curse. It's going to feel like a burden. It's going to feel like a hardship. Now you're looking at the God, why me? Why me, man? You just prayed for that.
Or like, you could pray for all this money. Okay, you get that money. The next thing you know, you don't know what to do. Now you becoming greedy. Now you're becoming selfish. Now you thinking you all this in a bag of chips. Next thing you know, now you're on drugs probably.
Exactly. And now, that's why God didn't give you that money. He trying to help you.
And you done smoked all the money away.
That's real. No, it's real. But like, it's just like back to the character, the call and the blessing. You asking God for this,
all that money away.
Poof, gone. What Craig say? How you to Smokey? How you gonna try to sell bud, but you're smoking it?
Yeah.
Don't worry about what I be doing. No, because that don't add up. Now he coming out. Hey, them niggas that act hard. Pop, coming down the street shooting at me in my yard.
Okay.
Because you smoking up his product. Now, Big Perm Worm.
Yeah.
Pop, done sent them boys down my street.
Yeah.
Drive by, like what?
What are we? Come on, y'all. Come on.
See, because y'all didn't think. Y'all ain't thinking, y'all just doing stuff. Oh, I'm let me hear. God take the will. Amen. Hallelujah.
What was we talking about?
Back to the commitment.
Yeah, we got to be more committed.
Yeah, and it's just like
committed. We got to be committed because I feel like she said,
I had a thought and it went. Because
that
Smokey started running.
Going. But I just feel like she said, you want, okay, for instance, there's a lot of people, okay, I want a husband. Okay, but are you a Proverbs 31 woman?
Clocking.
Are you doing the work? I don't care how old you are. Are you doing the work? And even if you don't know, maybe you just don't know.
Oh, keep talking because that's bringing me.
Maybe you just don't know.
Making me remember
what it takes to be a Proverbs 31 woman, okay, or what it takes to be a wife. Start doing little things like, okay, as a wife, like, I mean, you know, a wife. I mean, you should be cooking for your husband. Start learning how to cook. You know, just
you don't even know how to stand in the gap for your husband.
Yeah,
you don't get me riled up, man.
In a seat.
You don't even know how to talk to the king in your husband.
And not even that. Y'all want husbands, but y'all talk down on men. Like, yeah, you know, men can't.
How you hate men, but you want a husband?
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? Go marry a Tesla robot?
Okay. How you want a husband, but you don't know how to talk to a man the right way? You talk to him like he's a child. You talk to a man, you know, you cuss him out. You don't make him feel better. You're continuing to tear him up, down.
You break him down.
Yeah, you're not building him up. You're constantly breaking him down. And not just with a woman, a man too. You want a wife, but you don't know how to.
You don't know how to submit to the Lord. Okay. How you trying to lead a house? You don't even got the leader in you. What God at? Okay. How you gonna try to lead me? You don't know where you going.
We want all these things, but we don't really.
We all backwards.
What Mike say? Man in that mirror. We gotta take a look in that mirror. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
I'm asking him to change his ways.
Okay, we gotta start with us. It starts with us. We gotta do that work first before God.
Because if you want to make the world a better place,
okay,
take a look at yourself and make a change.
Make that change.
Na 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 na.
No, you started it.
Yeah.
In
a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize.
This is a good song.
Hold on. There's some with hold on, not a nigga alone. Could it be really me pretending that they're alone? Take Tear.
Okay. Back to
this. You're right.
But listen to what them lyrics say. He said he been a victim of a selfish kind of love. For instance, the females. You probably, for somebody that been abused. Prayers to you. You've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. Okay, you went out there and you started being promiscuous with your body. Okay, what might say it's time to realize. It's time to realize. We got to make that change. We should.
Back to my earlier point, I said like it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility.
Yeah. How can you grow from that?
Change.
And a lot of times, and I know it hurt, but that very thing that trips you up, and that very thing that hurts you, can be the biggest testimony. Why do you think God made it this way? Like, well,
gave you that hardship. Well, not
because
gave you,
know how many people in this world that probably have been abused in a certain way that need somebody to relate to talk to, because they feel they're too scared to go to an adult, or maybe if they are an adult themselves, they feel like people are gonna judge them. You could be that very person to help them get over what they're going through. Like, I don't think we really realize that we are all connected, and we all need each other ultimately, but yet we continue to fight against each other, or we continue to feed into each other negatively, and we don't help each other grow. Like, you could have a friend, y'all both young, wild, and free, young and turnt, but y'all are called for bigger things, but y'all steady being those friends that are just young, wild, and turnt, and in the club every other weekend. It's like, how are we going to be able to grow? And we just sitting here, we're not doing anything but just partying our life away. And it's like, when we could literally be doing more. What's the word? Como se dice? How do you say? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. But I just feel like that's like me right now. Like, say if me and Nene, like, okay, we just started clubbing and partying, whatever. But then it's just like, I get a little whiff of like, like I want to change. I want to do a little. But she's steady influencing me, and I'm steady feeding back into her. We're never going to be able to grow if we continue to stay stagnant.
You keep saying that you want more, but you're not doing more.
Yeah, you got to put that work in. And that goes for anything, not just with things and like just, in life, like as far as like growing like out of something that's dysfunctional or toxic, but just even with a career, you want it, you got to go get it. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well.
No, for real.
Like, I just don't understand. But you was gonna make a point.
No, I'm still over here trying to think about what I'm about to say.
That poof,
I lost my train of thought.
It's okay. It's all right. But
Oh, I'm gonna remember it. I gotta remember because I knew it was good.
It was good. Good. But another thing, I feel like okay.
Oh, I remember it.
Okay, good.
Amen. Hallelujah. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Okay, but I was gonna say back to the commitment, endurance, and about the love thing. And it's just like, like love. I feel like people generation, all of us are out in account for this. But I just feel like people throw around the word love so loosely. We don't even really know the origin and where that really comes from, what that even really means. I feel like a lot of people use love as like a feeling and emotion, and it's not. It's deeper. It's a verb. It's an action. And it's really like how you were saying, considerate. I feel like how other than we just unintentional, we do this, we do that, we do this. And I feel like that's what I was saying, because I was saying like how I just feel like marriage and love and boyfriend and this and everything been kind of my time. Like, that's I feel like everybody want a relationship, especially this age, I'm 20s. Everybody, I want to be put up, booed up, and it's just like you don't even really know what it means to be in love. Yeah, you don't even really know what that entails. You think that's just the butterflies and the puppy honey, the puppy phase and all that stuff like that. And it's like,
What happens when it love don't look like that? What happens when you don't, quote unquote, love? What happens when you don't see your partner that way?
Because at the end of the day, love is not a feeling; it's an action, and you have to wake up every day and choose to love this person for better or for worse, for death do us part, sickness on and health. Like that's a committed.
The lack of commitment. One bad thing, I'm gone.
Yeah, I don't even play that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't play a lot of stuff neither. But it's a difference between boundaries and like, all right, come on now.
Yeah.
Be a little bendable. Be a little malleable now. Come on.
And then that could also
you be so guarded up. You people can't even be human around you. You want to date Jesus. Ain't gonna work.
There's a lot of people who have that. If he wanted to, he would. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like,
what if you don't know?
Exactly. And I'm not, because some people
out here, excuse.
Yeah, some people now don't disregard blatant disrespect. Don't disregard that. But I feel like I don't like that term because I feel like it come from people who were taught they were, whether if it would have been from a parent or a situation caused them to, okay, he had me messed up right there. I'm finna love myself, so now they know what to expect.
Or sometimes I feel like that goes back into like this whole social media thing, and I feel like comparison. Mm-hmm. Like I seen somebody say that, and I'm like, you kind of right. But was saying like how like people get on the internet, they see this relationship doing this, doing that, compare relationship. I want that for myself. Mm-hmm. And in essence, of course, you should want to feel he should do different stuff to make you feel valued. You should be doing stuff for him too, vice versa. But it's like, girl, he can't buy you no Chanel. He worked. Come on, you looking at Ari? You ain't Ari. But I don't think you don't date money bag, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like some people be putting high expectations on their partners and really be like, oh nah, because if he wanted to, he will. If he had the money, maybe he would. Like, literally. Y'all, like, it can get real delusional sometimes.
Yeah. And like it's go back to that social media.
Make it make sense.
Going back to comparison, because you see what you see on the internet. Oh, well, her man did that. Oh, okay. So I'm not settling for nothing. And as you should, you should have that type of standard, but
it'd be so backwards. You worrying about Chanel bags, but you settling for disrespect, but you're not settling because he won't buy you this.
Yeah.
That's backwards.
Like she said, maybe if he had it, he would. But then it's like, okay, are you deserving of that as well? Like,
what do you do for him?
Literally. But I don't believe in that. If he wanted to, he would, because some people don't know how to love people. Yeah, and that goes back into hurt people. A boy probably saw his dad, never treated his mom right. He never had an example of what marriage looked like. So he get into a relationship with every other female, and he unintentionally hurts them because in his mind he never, even though that's not an excuse, because we all know
because morally you shouldn't put your hands on nobody, you shouldn't do this, but
really, you shouldn't cheat, you shouldn't be disloyal to somebody, but he never saw that growing up, and it's not an excuse, but he never saw that. So it's like, okay, how can you expect him to be the man or the husband that you want him to be if he didn't see that? So sometimes you have to teach people, and sometimes you have to let people know, hey, this is getting very disrespectful, this is hurting my feelings, you're hurting me, and I need this to change, or I'm going to leave. Sometimes you got to see it through with people. Sometimes people gonna fall and they gonna get back up. They gonna fall. I don't know.
The main thing is like, it be lack of trust in God, because that might be your soulmate, but y'all might have to break up and split up,
separate, and then come back for the better.
But you want to be in control and idolizing that relationship so much that, if I break up, you gonna get with somebody else and go. Like,
it's just like sometimes you just gotta, like, in that situation, like, I feel like, okay, if you're trying to find somebody, okay, he cheated on you, whatever, okay, set a boundary. Okay, that hurt me. Now we got to address this. What made you do this? And I feel like the communication part, we lack communication. This generation don't know how to communicate.
I feel like, and there's a lot of stuff that's tied into all this. We're very we're immature.
Yeah,
we don't know how to do nothing,
we shut
down. That make everything work. We're kids. We everybody that be 20. I'm grown. Down. We big behind babies. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
like I feel like a lot of us is too. Not even about a number. We're too immature to be dating.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know what you doing.
We want it for the aesthetic and for the temporary fleeting feeling that we get from
be trying to put two broken people together. You don't even really know they brokenness. You don't even know your own brokenness. You haven't even recognized your own brokenness. You get with somebody else, they doing two this, but it's probably stemming from something from their childhood. Mm-hmm. You're not even mature enough to even sit down and have that conversation. Mm-hmm. Y'all don't even be,
and instead of having a conversation, you yelling at each other.
Having people that y'all done dated or be dating or dating. Y'all wasn't even supposed to be with them people. Y'all wasn't supposed to be around them people. Y'all just date, talk to people,
talk to kids with
talk to people, talk to people, talk.
Unintentional, just unintentional.
It really, for real, truly maturing is realizing if you're not dating to marry, you need to sit down. Because you need to know not 100%, but like you need to be committed to knowing yourself. Because what's the triggers and the things and the residue in you that's showing up or that will show up or that do show up that can hinder this relationship and vice versa. They need to be committed to knowing that about themselves too. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of seriousness going on. That's that's how every relationship need to be. And it's like, if you're not willing to do all of that, you don't need to be dating, because that is the seriousness with every partnership, every relationship. When people
bring kids into it.
Y'all are not committed to each other. Yeah. So you do not need to be together. Be by yourself. It's a lot of work. You got a lot on your plate by yourself.
And a lot of people don't know how to be alone. They feel like they need a man. They need a woman. They need
it all go back down to the God problem.
At the end of the day, everything is connected. But I just feel like we lack, like, we don't know how to communicate. So you don't know how to communicate. You're just going to shut down. You're going to run from your problems. Same thing. Okay, our parents never taught us to communicate. They told us to suck it up, or they're going to give us something to cry about. Like, that causes a grown adult to react like a child. Yeah. You shutting down, you pouting, you mad at him, but his mama...
not emotionally aware.
Yeah, his mama told him, boys don't cry. His mama told him to suck it up, or she going to give him something to cry about. That daddy never intervened in a way where he should have in that area. Probably the daddy was never around. So it's just like everything, you just don't know what people go through or what people have been through.
Yeah.
So you can't just easily give up on people. Now, when it started getting disrespectful and embarrassing after I told you that hurts to me
and abusive,
you gotta
cut ties.
You gotta go.
And you know what? One thing I just thought about,
and I would hope that when you go, even if you don't come back to me as the person that I feel like you should grow into, at least the next person, you're going to be more healed and you're going to be more mature to
steward that.
Yeah. And then be the right person for that other person if you can't be there for me. So it's just like, we got to be more mature.
And my last point, this is the last thing I'm going to say, but my last point just hit me. Like, I just realized, but in the Black context, like, I just hate this for us. Like, we at the end of the day, we need each other, man and woman. That's how God designed it. We need each other. Don't ever think we don't.
Yeah,
because we're stronger together than we are apart at the end of the day. But just like, I just be thinking about like how the fact they always tell Black boys, like how you say, don't cry, shut up, suck it up, be a man, don't cry. But so when he a kid, shut up. Yeah. Now that he grown, if he wanted to, he will. He don't talk to me, he'll communicate with me. Nobody never gave him the right tools to apply that to his life.
Exactly.
So as a kid, you tell him to shut up. Now that he a man, speak. He don't know how to.
Or even with anger.
Yeah, or even with us. Like, I feel like as in the context of Black women, we kind of told, like, I feel like a lot of us are kind of more forced to work in our masculine. So it's like, I could do better by myself. Don't ever trust no man for nothing. This, that, and the third. Now that I'm older, submit to my hook. Why? Submit to who?
Because now I feel like you act like my daddy. You're not my daddy, and he didn't tell me
that. Cause my father who art in heaven. Okay, so it's like, I just feel like this our generation, the new generation, whoever watching, whoever alive, well and breathing, and able to produce kids. We need to be more aware of like stuff like that's in our culture,
working in our
own, and work that out. Mm-hmm. So when we raise our kids to go up there and grow up and to be the new adults and stuff like that, they have the proper tools to thrive. But we need marriage, we need community, we all need community. At the end of the day, we're gonna have healthy people. There gotta be kids gonna grow up in a family. We need healthy families to produce healthy humans.
Exactly. Because like,
and that's all I got.
You made a perfect point. Like you said, even for women. Like, okay, my daddy wasn't around, so for trying to submit to a man, what? Because it gives, like, you trying to be my daddy. Who are you to tell me what to do? You're not talking to me. My daddy wasn't even around to tell me what to do, so you ain't finna tell me what to do. And that's toxic. And I understand that. So
I'm aware of that.
And
I'm working on that now.
Exactly.
Because I'm talking about I want to be a wife, but I say I'm a Christian. Yeah. And my words say I gotta submit. He's the head.
Okay.
So it's like, I can't even trust you enough to be the head. It's like, I'm what we talking about?
We got to do that work, y'all. We got to put in that work. We got to be committed.
Yeah, not saying that women don't have authority in marriage and stuff like that, but y'all know what I'm saying. The general scheme of things, the man is the head. Mm-hmm. I'm fighting you. I can't even allow this union to glorify God because I'm going against the word of what he told me to do. Mm-hmm. But that's stem back to my own, like, even stuff can get culturally, and even in the Black context, like, I don't know how to. I that's a whole nother, I could talk about it forever, but I came to that realization, me and my cousin talking about that. I have a problem with male authority. And I'm aware of that. And I'm working on that. That's why I'm single. Because I know what I'm wrong. Not saying like I'll be perfect. I ain't get no relationship. I'm perfect. I know that's not the case. But I know it's certain things that are that's in me right now that are present, that are active, that are detrimental if I was to get into a marriage or a relationship, and it's not going to glorify God. So I'm gonna keep taking it to God, keep letting Him mold and purify me until when He says I'm ready. I know I ain't ready yet, but I will be soon.
Because you ain't gonna tell me what to do right now.
If we gonna end it on that, she the problem. see is in him. God gon'.
I don't like being really. It's not even that. What? Who you talking to?
Talking to you.
Almost said. Okay. But y'all, and we not judging nobody. We not making it seem like we better because we said we this whole time.
Just find a way. Just get up. Just try. Even if you keep falling, just figure out how it can work for you. That you can
when you get tired of being tired,
you gonna wake up.
And when something keep constantly hurting you, or it constantly it keep irritating you, you gotta move. That goes back to like how God, like He make you uncomfortable. He started setting things ablaze around you, and you don't know.
He gonna give you the warnings. He gonna give you the signs because you got free will in there. Hey, I'm trying. Hey, this my grace. Hey, here you go. Hey, you see that? Hey, by the end of the day, He's a loving Father. Now I ain't gonna keep letting you now. Come on.
That and you know it's a thing.
So like now I gotta shake it up.
Like how people be saying how they feel like they should have left somebody alone, then he end up becoming y'all baby daddy.
And you wanted to be married, baby.
God told you.
Not saying you could ever be married, but you see how you keep playing. You keep playing.
God kept giving you. He kept showing you. He kept showing you who He was. He showed you since the beginning. And I get it. You try to see it through. But when He started doing this and this and that, you started growing a hate for Him. We shouldn't hate nobody. You should have been left alone. Then at one time, you go back.
Got you. Gots to be more careful.
Gotcha. But that could be your testimony. And then now you got a toxic baby daddy for 18 years. It's like we gotta be intentional, y'all. We can't keep doing this. We're gonna have the same stories as our parents. And I don't want that story like my mama got. She got a lot of stories about my daddy that I do not want. It's quite scary too. You think about it, like you did what? You did what to him and who? What?
And that's why I'm single, because I know me. You're not gonna play with me.
If you got me crashing out about you like that,
you ain't finna play with me. I ain't wrapped too tight.
And I'm before the conversation just keep going, but I'm just gonna say a lot of times that toxicness, it's like it give you an adrenaline rush. Sometimes you find it attractive. Sometimes you find it like it keep.
That's we gotta take it to God. God, take this desire away from me because I don't want it to be cute.
I literally understand, but sometimes you like, oh, he mad at me. That's cute.
I ain't never thought it was cute.
Like no,
like, no, I get it. No, I'm saying I'm glad that I don't have that. Oh yeah, he's mad. I'm blocked.
Yeah, blocked. He better find an email to contact me through.
You know what?
And I don't even have an email, so he better find a way.
You know what happened on I-75?
And that's toxic. I hate when females do that. I've never done that, me personally. Like, but I hate when people do that. Like, I'm gonna block him. He better find a way to contact me.
You're demonic. Block.
Cause what if that?
Now you block out my life.
What if you thinking he trying to like? What if he literally needs help? He's in a situation where he's about to die.
Now he did. Now he sent you that last voicemail. You keep replaying it when you get old. That last voicemail, yeah, baby, man, I love you, man. No. Now you whole time you sleep. I know he's probably trying to call me. The whole time you don't even know he's dying on the next line,
or he's in the morgue.
Y'all gotta stop playing, man. See, that's why we too immature to be in a relationship. Because a real mature person, he ain't gonna do that. We gonna talk about this. We shouldn't even be in block energy.
How you blocking him?
Let's resolve this before we go about our day.
Contact you. I ain't got no email, but he better find a way to email me.
No time, man.
What kind of mind?
But she gonna find out on Facebook when they saying, "Oh, rip." She gonna be like, "What?" Now I bet you go unblock him now. And see all them text messages come down.
Now you making a post.
Now it's too late.
To that
too
song,
late
I guess
apologize.
No, now you making a flipagram to that song. I guess I waited another lifetime. What are we doing?
And no, you ain't, because we don't get reincarnated. No. So you done. It's over.
He's gone. He's with the Heavenly Father. Stop that, because then next thing you know, now you're gonna be living with regret. Now you're gonna be living with all this guilt. Oh, I should have been that phone. I should have blocked him.
That's why we gotta start making healthy decisions now, y'all. That's it. That's all. There ain't nothing more to say.
I guess I'm waiting. He ain't got another chance like you do. So the next man, let that be another lesson. Let it be a lesson. But you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up and wraps up this episode. I feel like that was a very good talk. But like we said, we're not judging nobody. We gotta help each other. How can we expect y'all?
Want more?
Yeah, we
more.
gotta want better for ourselves. Like we gotta do better. Gotta be intentional with this life, because at the end of the day, everything goes back to God. And whether you believe,
and this life go very, very fast.
No,
figure out what you want and how to get it, and don't stop till you get it.
You don't know when your clock run out. So be intentional about every day you wake up. Try to be intentional. I don't care if it's the littlest thing. Be intentional about
love yourself.
Definitely that.
And let your love
show
in everything that you do.
If you want to grow and you tired of hurting, and not saying that, you know, things won't ever happen in life to trip you up or hurt you, but just know, like, you got to keep going. But that pretty much sums up this episode, guys. Make sure you guys tune in to our next episode. Like, comment, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for our next episode. I'm your sister Tier,
and I'm Nene,
and together we are sister, and we'll see you guys in another episode. Let's talk about it.